Okay, people, I know I have the audience here, so let me ask you, what the hell was going on with Universe 1.0? Don't get me wrong, I like the line. It gave us some cool stuff, but damn, it did some weird things in places. Examples like Beast Wars Silverbolt and his Beast Machines colors, Ratchet from X-Brawn, and hold your butt for this one, but Beast Machines Inferno from RID01 Prowl, what the fuck? However, as I said, there were some cool things. Die Atlas from G1 Skyquake, Splendid Convoy, and my personal favorite, Skywarp from Beast Machines Jetstorm. Well, the drone at least. So it's no secret that Beast Machines laid an egg on a lot of their characters, but Jetstorm wasn't one of them. He got an Ultra Class and a Deluxe figure, and they both turned out great. And that there alone is why I bought this figure. Start in vehicle mode, and as you can see, this is a very futuristic jet, and damn, it looks cool. And I'll tell you what, it certainly helps with it being in black and purple. In Transformers, the way I see it, black and purple is basically the Reese's cup of repaints. Unless you're allergic to peanuts, in which, probably a bad analogy. Shit, I didn't think about that. Detailing wise, he's got a lot of tech gribblies and panel lines because, well, he's a Beast Machines mold. Leading into features, you have this purple hatch on the top in which you flip up, and there's a spark crystal that has a Tampograph Decepticon logo on it. But it gets weirder when you realize that spark crystal is a Dinobots, not a Viacons. And there is no explanation for this anywhere. I mean, TF Wiki mentions it, but they just gloss right over it. So what the hell? He can also fire some missiles. If you look around, you can see the little triggers here and here, but I don't have them. They've just randomly up and disappeared. Also, he's got landing gear. Wait, does he have landing gear? Yeah, he's got landing gear. It's kind of puny, but hey, it's there and it holds him up. And I think the coolest gimmick that he has is this little trigger right here by his cockpit. You push it, and instead of a missile deploying, his cockpit pops out a little bit, which is accurate to Beast Machines because he liked to talk in his vehicle mode.
This is Captain Jetstorm speaking. Please feel free to move about the tarmac and flee for your miserable little life.
And it's articulated a little bit, but it still is, so you get a lot of expression out of it. And he's got a little bit of an eyeball there on both sides. Overall, I think this jet mode is bitchin'. But the black and purple makes it even cooler. I think it's the best repaint this figure has gotten. It's better than G-Axis, and I definitely think it's better than Stormjet. And since I don't think I've sold you on this, I brought in the resident expert of black and purple repaints.
Treebot, if I've learned anything doing this, it's that black and purple makes everything better.
Yeah, but what about the Cyberverse one? Isn't that one just a purple and green popsicle?
Yeah, that one was shit. Perfect example. If it was black and purple, maybe it wouldn't have been shit, but it ain't. So it is.
Well, I'm glad someone finally agrees with me. I mean, I've felt that figure's terrible for years. Anyway, thanks, Thew. But that wraps up his vehicle mode. Let's transform him. The transformation can be a little bit fiddly at times, but there's really not much to it. It's pretty simple, but there are some fun spots, especially with how the whole torso kind of folds in half to make itself out of the rest of the jet mode. That's kind of cool. However, mine did fall apart a couple times when I was doing it. In robot mode, this Skywarp is so different from the G1 counterpart. Even though this Skywarp is technically in a G1-ish continuity, he still looks very, very different. That's because in this version, Skywarp was made into one of Cyclonus' Armada, but he ended up regaining his consciousness and their minds became linked, which is actually really cool when you think about it. Which is why these two figures exist, even though Cyclonus isn't exclusive, which will make tracking him down even more difficult. Detail-wise, this guy really has it going on. The head specifically is not even close to what a normal Seeker would look like. Is it different? Yes. Do I care? No. The gas mask and wing head look awesome. Also, light piping! Most of the details from jet mode are still here. However, it still looks good. Also, he's got these really cool looking claw hands with 3 fingers. And another thing with his arms, if you look at how the missile pods and the little kibble lines up, it kind of looks like he's got wizard sleeves. Either that or he looks like Neo Metal Sonic. Jesus Christ, I thought I'd never make a Sonic reference on my channel.
What the hell is the world coming to?
Feature-wise, the missile pods are still available, and you can still do the spark crystal, But there is one more thing that this thing does in robot mode. Now, most of you might recall that in the Beast Machines cartoon, Jetstorm didn't have legs. Well, when you have to do that into toy form, you kind of have to give the toy legs because toy without legs is stupid. How's it going, Revenge of the Fallen Demolisher? So anyway, on Skywarp, you have a gimmick that allows him to do the whole flight thing with no legs. And it's pretty simple, really. All you have to do is take the legs and turn them slightly to the left and the right. And then he'll have two tabs that you use for transformation to put them under the jet mode. And you just clip them together right here. And then push the feet together. And then fold out these little thrusters on the side. And now you've basically got what is called his flight mode in the show. So you can have him just kind of floating around, yelling at people, flipping them the bird. I don't know. But hey, honestly, I'm here for it. I really like how this looks. I can't complain, except for the fact that he can't really stand up with it. I mean, you can try to kind of get that here. You know, you could fold that out, and then I believe Bolt Matrix actually pulled this off. But yeah, you can get these all the way up, I think. Yeah, there you go. So I guess you could kind of stand him up, but it's still pretty well a bit of a chore because of how my table is. Yeah, he just falls over. But that's not really what it's meant for, you know? It's mostly meant for you to just kind of move, like I said, move him around the table or move him around wherever you're messing with him. And just kind of have him putting around in the air, giving commands to his other Viacon drones, or tell Cyclonus that someone was picking on him. But yeah, I actually really like how this works, which will actually bring us into articulation. So you split his legs apart. To start with, we'll go to the head. His head is on a hint or a swivel, so he goes all the way around. It's a little bit hard to do just because of the fins are in the way here. But his shoulders are completely universal. They go all the way around. They go all the way out. And he's got a decent elbow that's 90 degrees. And then his little hands, they're rubber, but they do articulate. They are, I believe, on a ball joint. So they turn with a little bit of resistance, but they still articulate pretty well. His legs, he's got no waist swivel to speak of, unfortunately, but his legs are on ball joints at the hip, and he's got a hip swivel, and then he's got a decent knee right there, and then you just saw his foot can do all this stuff here, and he's got a heel spur that can move a little bit. So yes, he's limited, but it's just fine for this figure. You don't need much more than that to get some decent poses out of this guy. And besides, I don't think you're going to want that many decent poses out of him anyway. You're just going to want him standing there with the rest of your secret team or whatever you have him displayed with, because he just looks that cool. Overall, this figure is a lot of fun. Yeah, it's aged, but the gimmicks are really cool, and man, this just looks really good in purple and black. I could recommend this to just about anybody. And honestly, it really makes me want to go and pick up the rest of Universe 1.0. I cannot wait to experience more and more of these repaints. As always, guys, I've been Treebot Reviews. Thank you so much for watching. If you liked the video, like, subscribe, share it with your friends, and I'll see you all in the next one. Keep growing your collections.